Sean Diddy Coombs, once the king of hip-hop, now spends his days behind bars, far from the luxury of his Miami Beach mansions and LA estates. His charges? Sex trafficking, racketeering, transportation for prostitution. This Christmas, Diddy is sitting in a cinder-block detention unit in Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center, awaiting trial. Instead of holiday cheer, Diddy's lunch menu consists of Cornish hen, mac and cheese, cranberry sauce, and rolls. Dinner, 2 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Life behind bars is a far cry from his days as a mogul. He spends his time playing cards, shooting hoops, and visiting with family members during recreation hours. But one thing he doesn't have is freedom. Judges have denied his bail 3 times, and as of now, he'll sit in jail until his trial on May 5th, 2025. Welcome to Crime Bites. I'm Carrie Drobin, your host, former prosecutor, capital defense attorney, and award-winning true crime author. Diddy has pleaded not guilty to sex trafficking, racketeering, conspiracy, and transporting individuals for prostitution. The charges are severe, but they're not all he faces. Over 30 civil lawsuits have been filed, many anonymously, alleging years of sexual abuse. The most publicized case came from R&B singer Cassie Ventura, who accused Diddy of rape and forcing her into disturbing freak-offs over a decade-long relationship. Although Cassie has since settled her case, the floodgates have opened and more victims, men and women alike, have stepped forward. And we can't overlook the evidence against Diddy. Reports claim he maintained a stockpile of NDAs, baby oil, and sedatives. Victim alleged he drugged them to ensure dominance without resistance. I mean, this isn't about sex. It's about degradation and control, hallmarks of serial predators. And much like Ted Bundy or the BTK killer, Diddy led a double life. To the public, he was a charming music mogul. Behind the scenes, allegedly, a serial rapist who manipulated and silenced his victims. And now, an unexpected twist. Jennifer Lopez, J-Lo, has been dragged into this nightmare. And here's the claim. At an after-party following the 2000 MTV Video Music Awards, a 13-year-old girl alleged she was raped by Diddy at a private event with A-list celebrities in attendance. The victim says she was invited to the party by a limo driver working for Diddy. What makes this shocking? She claims J-Lo was present, witnessing the attack. Sort of begs the question what a 13-year-old is doing there alone after hours in the presence of 3 ridiculously famous celebrities, but I digress. And if I were Diddy's defense lawyer, I'd question whether this victim, now 38, was a web sleuth, an influencer, a news hound, and learned information about Diddy's patterns so she knew what to say. But that's a stretch. It's a place the defense might go. But before we go further, let's be clear. There is no evidence, zero, that J-Lo was complicit in any way. And at most, she may be guilty of bad judgment for dating Diddy during a tumultuous time in her life. But does that make her an accomplice? Not likely. The danger of a case like this is the court of public opinion, right? Once allegations arise, anyone remotely connected becomes a target. And J-Lo has remained silent, which, as we all know, only fuels conspiracy theories. But here's where it gets complicated. Victims have come forward with consistent accounts of Diddy's behavior. Many recall him using the same phrase, "Are you ready to party?" right before attacking them. This pattern strengthens their credibility, and while some details from the alleged 13-year-old victim are inconsistent, she admits her autism may have affected her perception. Her recollections remain hauntingly vivid. And now J-Lo finds herself walking a tightrope. Was she another victim of Diddy's manipulations, or does she have knowledge that could make her a material witness? And just because she dated an alleged psychopath and serial rapist doesn't mean she encouraged or condoned his behavior, or, let's be fair, even knew about it. I mean, serial rapists and killers alike often lead double lives, where their closest family members have no idea who they really are. It's entirely reasonable to assume that J-Lo may have been another victim, devalued and mistreated like Cassie Ventura, drawn into Diddy's manipulative vortex, perhaps through promises of advancing her music career. I mean, we just don't have enough facts yet. But as a former prosecutor, I can tell you this. The defense will do everything to question the victim's credibility. They'll argue she pieced together Diddy's pattern from public lawsuits. But here's the thing. Patterns don't form from thin air. Their patterns only become more refined over time. So Diddy says to his victims, "Are you ready to party?" He makes them sign NDAs. He gives them a drink laced with drugs, and then he rapes them in front of multiple witnesses who, by the way it seems, are threatened with physical violence if they report it. And since rape is about power and control, this is what Diddy craves, only his acts seem to be more about degradation than power, right? His goal is to elevate himself by degrading the people around him. by drugging them. He doesn't want the victims to confront him or resist, right? He wants dominance and superiority, which of course fits his pattern. What's certain is that Diddy's empire is crumbling. Videos allegedly documenting his abuse have terrified Hollywood elites, and some A-listers have reportedly paid hefty sums to ensure that these tapes never see the light of day. Meanwhile, Diddy's mansions have been raided, and the evidence recovered may hold the key to this case. But the final question that I'll leave you with is this. What happens when someone who thrives on power, manipulation, and celebrity influence finally faces justice? Will the victims find closure? Or will Diddy's defense just drag more celebrities into his spiral of destruction? Thanks for listening. If you liked what you heard, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. It helps me grow. And meanwhile, stay vigilant, stay informed, and as always, stay safe.